Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for coming to another interesting interaction with another interesting person. I've got the wonderful, most prettiest hair man I have ever met, Mr. ToxikShade. What up? Welcome.
Hello, hello.
All right, let's dive right into it. You ready? Because this is all about you. So I want to know, how did you come up with your name?
Oh, good question. Well, I used to write raps. In high school, I was the beatboxer, and I'm not very good at it now. Don't make me do it. It's not good.
But well, I'm not yet, but
yeah, right. On. We'll see. Now I've put myself out there like that. But all my friends would rap, and some of them were like rhythm guys, but like we were all about music. And so I made up a rap, and it had something about ToxikShade in it, right? And I don't know, I was just thinking about like trying to have a name when I started gaming several years later, and that kind of just stuck with me. And I don't remember exactly what the line was. It wasn't great. I was 14 years old writing raps, but it did kind of come out like that. And I was like, ToxikShade is cool, but I want to be like unique. I want it to be something like if somebody searches for it, they're going to find, me. They're not going to find a million different toxic shades. So then I, misspelled it and I put the K instead of the C. So it's just like unique. So it's really just like a unique name. And it came from like an old school rap that I wrote a long time ago.
Don't worry, we're gonna come back to the rapping part in a little bit.
I'm sure
that's something that we need to kind of touch on a little bit. So let's
still rap. I can still flow.
Oh, you could.
I can still do it. Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that too. You hold tight, my good sir.
Nice.
All right. So, what is it that you most enjoy about streaming in general?
What do I most enjoy about streaming in general? Mm-hmm. I think like the fact that I have like a community that I'm building, and there's like people that kind of stick around. Like I've had people from when I started streaming in 2018 that are still around, that are, always checking up on me. I mean, like dozens of people. Right. And, it's just like throughout the years, like each one of those people have had like a unique special interaction with me. Like one night I stayed up late drinking, and I was like really freaking drunk on stream, and so there's like a clip for that, and there's like the people that were part of that whole experience, and it's just like I don't drink anymore, so it's like that's like just a moment in time that some people sometimes they'll come in and they'll use the "we remember" emote. And that's what that's from. It's from that clip. It's from that time. And it's just like, it's like a legendary moment. And then there's just like people that kind of come in and then they leave, and then I won't talk to them for a while. And then like all of a sudden they're in my chat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Mikey. What up, dude? It's like, it's just really cool. Like having that community, that group of people that support me. And I've been really blessed. Like, I feel like a lot of people out there, like they have communities that troll them. And I got people that definitely like, poke jokes and stuff. I mean, it's great. But like, it's never been like anybody doing anything vindictive. Like I've been really blessed with the kind of community that I've had. Freaking love, the guys that I stream for, all the guys are just amazing. So I think, yeah, community, just generally speaking, is probably like my favorite thing about streaming.
When you first started streaming, what were you streaming?
I streamed, let's see, I think Apex Legends had just came out. But really, I mean, my main game was like Unreal Tournament 2004. That's the background that you see here. I think it's from Unreal Tournament 99. There was a map called Facing Worlds, and it's got these two bases on either side, and then like a big hill in the middle. And so I was streaming a lot of Unreal Tournament, and Unreal Tournament's always been like the main game that I stuck to. And, like that community, like is a very close knit community. And like, a lot of people that play that game know who I am. And over the years I was making like highlight videos, and like, I like to edit video and put like, really like top level, like gameplay in there. I've played, with all the best players in the world. Unreal Tournament has always been like my main game from like 1999. I started playing in 2004, I was playing like some of the top players at that time. Like they were, going to tournaments and stuff. I got asked to go to a huge tournament. Never really continued or pursued that. Like my real life, like really kind of took over and took priority. But I banged around with a lot of the best. So that was like pretty much what I was streaming most of the time initially. But I also, I wanted to be a streamer that would have variety, and I would stream like single player games. Like when I was doing YouTube, I think I started my YouTube channel maybe a couple years before I started streaming, maybe a little bit longer actually. Maybe it was a while. But I was doing like Minecraft on there, and I was doing like a lot of single player games, and I like doing Let's Play stuff, right? So I'd have like a whole series on GTA or on Doom or whatever, where I'd play like a whole campaign through, and I'd just be talking to the camera. That's kind of like what I wanted to do, is just be a Let's Play kind of a YouTuber, and I had mixed success. Right, I'd play like whatever that one game is where it's like you're out in the middle of some alien ocean, and it's like it's a really long single player game, and so like I'd get good amount of people like watching that and commenting on it, and then I just started streaming, right? And so I streamed like what was comfortable for me. Unreal Tournament has always been like very comfortable game for me, easy to show, like I know what I'm doing there. So and that actually worked out really well. I feel like a lot of people from the Unreal Tournament community like started learning who I was, started coming around the Twitch stream, and that worked out, like, and now when I go live, I've got all the Unreal Tournament Discords, and like they're promoting me on there, or, I'll talk to people on there. I still play with, the people that are like really competitive in that game. So yeah, I've just stuck with it pretty much the entire time.
Do you remember the first day you streamed on Twitch? What was that feeling?
That's funny, man. The first stream, I think I played, what did I play? I want to say I played either Counter-Strike. Yeah, like I kind of wanted to be like showing off. And so I played Counter-Strike, and it was like a mix of gameplay and also like reaction streaming. What was your question about the first day?
What was it like for you?
What was it like?
You're finally going to go live on Twitch.
Yeah.
What was that feeling when you went live for the first time on Twitch?
Well, I felt like, the reason I went into streaming, the reason I went into YouTube was, I really felt like I had a solid chance of, being like very entertaining, like any of the people that I watched. Like I would watch Tobuscus, or I'd watch C Nanners or any of these other streamers, and I was like, I could be funny, I could do that. Like that's kind of what I thought, and so I tried to be very entertaining, and I still try that. I really try to be like entertaining and have it be like a show, and include anybody new that comes into the channel, and like really try to like remember like what we talked about, and tell them to keep coming back. And it's just fun. So like the first time I streamed, like I really thought it was the start of something big. I was like, I'm going to be a big Twitch streamer, and YouTube was pretty decent, but man, this is so awesome because it's like I can actually interact with people live. And I was watching Twitch streamers at the time, like God, I can't even remember any from that day. Like Soda Poppin', or some God, what is his name? I'm on the spot. I can't remember these streamers, but
that's okay.
I was watching like some of the big streamers like from 6-7 years ago, and they'd been doing it for like 10, or by now they've been doing it for like 14 years. But back then they've been around since like 2010 or something, 2011. So I was like, I want to do that, So yeah, the first time it was like, it was good. I actually had some people from the Unreal community that were watching me, and I was nervous, but it was like really good. Like it was like really good streaming. And I was like, man, this is what I want to do. This is going to be so awesome. I could do this all day basically.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history, right?
Enjoy catching you when I can, my good sir. All right, let's take it down to a dark path.
Thanks, March.
You ready for
here
that?
We go.
Here we go for some darkness.
Oh, okay. We got the icebreakers. Now we're going into the.
I wanted to butter you up. All right.
Okay.
What's the most toxic What's the most toxic gaming group in your opinion?
Toxic gaming group?
Toxic. Yeah. What's the game? The group? Yeah. That in your opinion. Man. In your opinion, who's horrible? Basically like through your
I don't want to call anybody out, man.
No, you're not. Well, what's the game? What's the community of this game? You know what I mean? We don't have to drop any names. I just need to know who's garbage. Who's just like, you guys are horrible.
Counter-Strike can be pretty toxic, man. Yeah, they're assholes, man. Like, I mean, you start getting up to like the higher tiers, and like they just, I mean, you can't even talk to the people up there. Really,
do you think they
just treat you like trash?
Do you think they take it a little bit too serious?
Oh yeah. No, they think they walk on fucking water, bro. They think everything they touch is gold, and they treat you like shit. You know, you get into like any of those competitive lobbies, it is nasty. It is nasty, the shit that they'll say. You know, It's all like, I'm fucking your mom and fuck you, you piece of shit. And like, oh man, it's just like, come on.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not a gamer. I would enjoy myself because I'm not someone you could do this to. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I know. Me, I'm witty with the comebacks, man.
Oh man,
like, that's the problem. Like, I'll be talking so much shit by the time I'm done with that day.
I'm already doxxed.
Oh my god,
they're like, doxxed, dude.
Yeah, right. Oh, exactly. No, that would be really bad. I'd get myself in some trouble there, I'm sure.
Right. Okay. You've been doing this for quite some time, and I've been doing this for quite some time, and you have witnessed a few things usually happen on my stream. And normally, if these things don't happen, it's not going to be a great stream. And what do I mean by that? Equipment failure. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, fuck's sake.
I need you to walk me through the worst day you've had where equipment literally it just wasn't your day. And I want to know what happened, man. And how did you overcome it? What did you do?
Yeah. Let me think about it, because I've had some pretty bad times with that.
Yep, you're not a streamer if nothing fails.
Oh man, it's still to this very day, I am still dealing with technical difficulties. Like, you know, it's like once every 5 streams, you know, if I'm lucky. Yeah. Once every 3, more likely. Yeah, man. I think especially when I was trying to like break out and sort of like push against the current, because I mean, this is the thing, like streamers out there, man, like they turn on the video camera, they turn on the game, and they just go and they talk a little bit, and you know, they interact with chat. Man, I'm like, I can do a lot more than that. Like I can multitask a lot. So I started making effects. You know, I started really trying to figure out like everything that you can do to make a stream like as entertaining and as cool as fucking possible. And it has evolved a lot. And there's still things like, you know, I update my automation software, I update like every month, and then it's like, it breaks 10 things, you know? So I gotta go fix all those things. And when I first started adding automation and doing these effects, like it was too much for my system, right? This is the computer that I had at the time. It was like not cooperating with like all of these big ideas that I had. And so it was like really frustrating. And there was a point where like I pretty much completely fucking broke my stream. Like, and it was like every single stream I would have, I'd be having like bitrate issues and fucking, you know, it'd be cutting out, like disconnecting me, and I just couldn't get like anything to work. Like I think one stream in particular, it was very embarrassing. Is kind of how I felt, because like at the time I was streaming for GOG, and that's Galaxy of Gamers. Like you can go on down and download like video games off their platform. They were like very close with what is it? CD Projekt Red. They're the ones that made Cyberpunk 2077. And so I was like sponsored by them. I would go on to the GOG channel and I would stream to like 150, 200 people, like pretty much on the regular, like every other week. And I got onto their schedule, and that was really good for bringing people to my channel. But then they would come to my channel and like, I'm trying to like really do more, like I'm doing too much. And then, so they're seeing like, they're seeing not so much like good stuff. I mean, it's quality entertainment, it's quality content. But then when I'm dealing with all these like, technical difficulties and things just aren't working, even after I tested them, man, I mean, you could see it in my face. I was just like, man, fucking hate this right now. Like I can have so many people like, yeah. Oh, it's so bad. Cause like, I really had so much faith in my system at the time, and it was just not cooperating, and it would be at the worst times too. Like I would literally have like 30 people in my chat, like all talking, all being like, "Oh, what's he doing?" Like, and I'm just like fucking trying to figure out this bitrate problem, and I'm like, I don't know why my system isn't like cooperating with me right now, and like I'm super frustrated. Oh my god! And that was off of like I did. What was the game? It's like a Fallout game. It's made by the people who made Fallout, and it's like up in space. But they let me do like an exclusive on it, and it was on sale, and so I had like hundreds of people watching me, and then I tried to bring them over to my channel, and it was just like a disaster. It was a complete fucking disaster. It's like the worst stream ever. Like it was about 20 minutes of me just grinding my fucking gears, and then being like, okay, folks, sorry, it's just not going to work. Have a great day. It was terrible. But yeah, like there was a lot of success that did come out of that. Lots of, opportunities to learn and kind of hone my skill with like those technical sort of things. And now, I mean, now it's like, yeah, things kind of get fucked up, and I'm just like, okay, I just need to do this. I just need to do that. And, it'll work out. So yeah, in the end, I think it was good. I think every streamer has to go through some of those technical issues for yourself to really call yourself a seasoned streamer. That's the other thing, is just like, if you never have problems when you're streaming, like, can you really say you're a seasoned streamer? Like, I'd say probably not. Like, hell no.
You were there when my microphones went all haywire.
Oh yes.
And I run 8 of microphones, and
damn it.
Yeah. You're not,
yeah,
I don't
that
think
was tough. I always try to help. Yeah. I always want to help from the chat. I'm like, oh no, this one's working. Oh, I can hear you, but it's kind of an echo right now. Like, stuff like that.
I've learned how to listen to people when things go bad on my channel. Everyone will let me know, and I go off of that, because at the end of the day, I'm not the one who's listening to this. They are. So, your community is a real strong thing. So let's focus on your community. What's the coolest thing about your community, and what was the coolest thing they ever did to you in a single stream?
Oh man, I fucking love my community. I am so lucky, honestly. And you too. You have such a great community.
It's not about me. Don't.
I know.
Keep me out of
this.
I'm
just saying, the coolest thing my community ever did for me. I mean, shit, man. Like, whenever I'm like, shit, I just wish I had a better controller. Like, sure enough, somebody buys me a controller. Or like you bought me the stream deck, which I still use.
Shut your mouth! It is not about me.
I know.
But go ahead.
But that was huge, man.
What did I buy
that
you?
was huge.
What did I buy you?
You bought me a stream deck, bro,
because
and that's helped with my automation.
Problems.
Yes, because I was having problems. Yeah, exactly. Because I like, whenever I'm like, damn it, man, I wish I could do this one thing. Or I wish I had that one thing. Oh, I wish I had another monitor. Like, sure enough, somebody bought me a fucking monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I hate this chair. Somebody bought me a fucking gaming chair. Like, it's been amazing. Like my community really shows up when I'm like, fucking, my computer just sucks. Like, somebody sent me a 2080 when they were like $1,200 for a 2080. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
It's good.
I was like, that's crazy. Like, I can't even believe the support from my community.
I sent you your thing when you needed it, and I had just met you.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you.
I know.
And
for a couple weeks, maybe, at most.
Like, no streamer should be struggling. And I was in a good spot at the time. And I was like, what? Let me do the one thing. Let me show some love. Because,
Yeah,
but no, I digress about me. But that's good.
Yeah.
So let's just jump off right into it. Okay, so I already know that at some point you're going to share this video with your peoples. You're going to be like, go watch this, and all this stuff in your community, right? I already know what's going to happen. So I'm going to give you a few moments to give a nice message from your heart to your community right now.
Oh, man. I fucking love you guys. You know, I got the best community on Twitch, 100%, dude. Like, I don't know if it's just like a gift from God, like the people that come into my chat and, you know, don't give me grief, don't give me stress. Like, it's crazy. Like, I watch other channels and I'm just like, God, man, like, how do these people keep going? Like, they're just getting reamed. And like, for me, I mean, it's all fun, you know, it's all fun and games. And I feel love, you know, even when I'm getting fucking ridiculed, you know, it's literally it's just hilarious. You know, like, we clip those moments. They're fucking great. So I fucking love you guys, you know, like, and that's why I want to do this, right? Like, I want to show up for you guys and be an entertainer and like show you that I'm better, you know, than fucking 90% of the trash that's out there who's streaming right now and just making crazy money. Like, I don't give a fuck about the money, dude. I want to be entertaining. I want to bring quality fucking content. I want to do stuff that nobody else is doing on Twitch. And you know, like, that's it. I don't give a fuck if I'm streaming to like one person, 5 people, 500. It doesn't matter, dude. Like, it is just amazing to have you guys watching, coming back, telling me that you love the stream. I fucking like, that is what I do this for. Like, I really do not do this to think I'm like going to be making, you know, crazy boatloads of money. It's more of just like, I want to be entertaining. This is what I want to do. This is what I was meant to do. And I love it. You know, I absolutely love it. Like, every time I turn on the cameraman and I get on there and I'm streaming, like, at the end of that all, I just got the fattest smile on my face, man. I'm just like, God, I just have the fucking coolest people that come and watch and play and change, like, just change like everything for me. Like, it really just changed everything for me. Like, the people that I stream to, like the community, all you guys, fucking thank you guys for showing up and just for being absolutely amazing and just keep coming back. Please. This thing is going off, man. We are just going to keep going up and up and up. And I'm just going to keep making amazing fucking quality interactions and experiences for you guys. Like, that's what I'm all about. So thank you. That's all I can say.
All right. We're going to focus now on some games here, right? We're going to talk about games. Since you're a gamer, what's the worst game you ever got your hands on and played? And you were like, why?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I've played some pretty bottom of the barrel shit. Let me think. I'll take my time with this one a little bit.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
The worst game I've played?
Yeah, you were like, why did I purchase this? What is wrong with the developers? Why does this exist? Like, I don't get it. Like, why? The question is why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just garbage.
Yeah. Let me think, man. Oh shit, I gotta plug in my headphone here for a second. I don't know. I play a lot of good games, you know. The bad games, let's see. There's definitely one. I'm like kind of looking through my library here. Oh, man, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, brother. It's definitely hard to say.
Got a good question in there that you got to go look for the answer.
It's a tough one. I'm literally looking through. I have like over 200 fucking games too. I kind of have a space in my heart for all of these games,
right?
But I know there's been some shitty ones, definitely.
Okay. So like, what made them shitty games? Like, in your opinion, as a gamer, what made these games shitty?
I'd say the worst experience, to answer your question, I have one. The worst experience I've had and the reason that made it shitty, okay, was No Man's Sky. Okay, have you heard about the No Man's Sky shit show? Do you know anything about that? No Man's
sir,
Sky?
I'm not a gamer. No, sir.
Oh, man.
Walk me through it.
Dude,
Walk me through it.
It's fucked, bro. So, like, okay. So, years ago, there was a man, and he had a dream to make the biggest fucking most ambitious game ever made. Okay. Now, I don't remember this guy's name. I don't care to even say it, but everybody knows who the fuck he is when you talk about No Man's Sky, because he was like, oh yeah, it's going to have open world and it's going to be like the whole universe you can travel to. And like each world's going to be different. And there's going to be, you know, different creatures on each world. And so he just had all these ambitions, man. There's so many like biographical videos about this on YouTube. It's fucking hilarious. You guys need to check this out on No Man's Sky. Because like the initial offering of his game, oh my God, it missed the mark so fucking bad. Like it was just like so shallow. There was like no depth to the game. And it's like all the promises that he made, like completely fucking lies, right? He just lied out of his teeth for like years straight. Now there's me, who's like, this really, like, I want this to be the best game ever. Like, please God, make this be the best fucking game ever. Like the things that he's talking about are things I've wanted my whole life. And basically, yeah, I was let down, like, just like everybody else. Like I was there at launch, I spent my 60 fucking bucks and I got the worst piece of shit game that anybody has ever owned or spent 60 fucking dollars on. Like it was a piece of trash, you know? Even if it was $40, that's like way too fucking much for what was actually given to us at launch. And it's sad because like he had a vision and he had all these great ideas and everybody was just like what the fuck is this? You know, right. Like, well, what have you done? You've sullied this whole thing. Like your dream fucking sucks. And so he made a shit ton of money. And even with all like the refunds, right? Because it's like, you know, it's just it's just not a lot of depth to it, right? In the initial offering. Now they've had like 10 fucking, you know, new crazy updates. And so all the things that he promised initially, like they've been implemented, right? So it is an amazing game now. Like I've played it now and it's like, it's pretty much what I fucking wanted, you know, 10 years ago when he was talking about it. And yeah, that's what made it the worst, was just like, it was like no features that he was talking about. Like it was very simple and it was like a ripoff, you know? Yeah, that was like the worst game experience ever. Yeah.
All right. We're going to go against popular belief here. What's the best game you've ever had your hands on that people don't talk about or it's underrated?
Man, that's easy. That's Unreal Tournament, man. That's literally like the very defining factor of Unreal Tournament is that nobody fucking talks about it. Nobody knows about it. And it's still regarded as one of the best games ever made. Like, how does that make any sense? Yeah. Oh yeah. In the gaming community, it is like people fucking like admire this game above so many others. And it's like, it's Unreal Engine, right? So now all these games are being made on Unreal Engine, Unreal Tournament. That's the game that started it all, right? Now there's like mods, there's DLCs, all of that stuff came from Unreal Tournament, right? Like the whole like idea of modding a game came initially from like the first few games of Unreal Tournament. Yeah, Ghost Exile, of course. Yeah, I'm playing like some pretty fun games these days, but yeah, the most underrated game has to be Unreal Tournament. And I'm talking about just the series. My favorite of the series is Unreal Tournament 2004. They've had about 5 or 6 different ones. There's like Unreal Tournament 99. That's the first one. And this came from Unreal. Unreal is like it's a single player game. And it's like the whole story of Unreal has this like very rich, background, right? Like there's just so much, you know, it's as big as Marvel, man. It's as big as DC. It's as big as like, you know, fucking Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Fuck Batman, but it's like great. Like storyline and characters, and it's just like it's huge. Like they could have made so much out of that, right? And there's Unreal 1, there's Unreal 2, there's Unreal 3. They're their own thing, and those are legendary games. And they were like one of the first game engines like to do a lot of the things that they were doing. Like it was like revolutionary at the time. So then they made Unreal Tournament 1 in 1999. And then they made Unreal Tournament 2003, 2004. Those were very competitive. Those had like, you know, World Cyber Games and, European huge tournaments, right? Where like people were playing at like the top level in the world and making tons of money. Like it was like the initial, this was like around Counter-Strike. Like there were big tournaments for Counter-Strike and that sort of thing. But like Counter-Strike kind of overshadowed it, right? Quake also had like big tournaments and that kind of overshadowed Unreal Tournament a little bit as well. And I think like the developers for Unreal Tournament just kind of fucking missed the mark on a lot of things, right? And I think that Quake and CS:GO, like they capitalized on some of those things that they missed, right? But Unreal Tournament was like a love letter to gaming. Like it really was. Like those developers, it was a labor of love. Like they wanted to make something that was a certain way. It was its own thing. And the people that play it and that love Unreal Tournament, man, they will tell you like it's the best game ever. It is the best game. So they made 2004. They made Unreal Tournament 3, which is its own thing. And that was on console. That was really fun. They made Unreal Champions, which was on console. My brother still fucking plays that. He said that he loved that game, and that was for console players. Like I'm a computer player, and I'm like, like he loved it. He loved it on consoles, like on old Xbox 360 maybe. Probably just original Xbox, to be honest with you. And then they made, so the recent offering. This is the thing, is like it died. I'm gonna finish this story off with the end of Unreal Tournament. Or as it is standing now. So they made Unreal Tournament 4, and all development stopped in 2018 because Epic Games started developing Fortnite. Do you know anything about Fortnite?
Oh yeah, I've seen some things on Fortnite, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So Fortnite is like this, enormous game. There's still like, I don't even know how many people playing it, but it is still very relevant even all these years later. And Epic Games, when they first launched it, they're like, this is going to be our cash cow. So they took Unreal Tournament and they stuck it right in the fucking trash can. And they put all those developers over on Fortnite, man. So like any Unreal Tournament player will tell you, anybody that plays Unreal Tournament 4 still, because there's still an open beta for Unreal Tournament 4. It's been a beta for like almost 10 years now. But it fucking sucks because it's like we saw the vision. We saw like the opportunity that they had to make this amazing AAA Unreal Tournament game, and they completely just fucking pushed us aside and said, yep, sorry, we're going to go deal with Fortnite. You guys, do whatever the fuck you want. We don't care anymore. Cause like they weren't making money off us. You know what I mean? Right. It's like an arena fighting game. You know what I mean? Like they don't give a shit. There's no money in that, right? There's no money in like Quake or any of that right now. CS:GO it's CS2 now. Makes a ton of money, like on tournaments. It's like a worldwide phenomenon. Like myself and probably many other players would tell you that like I could see Unreal Tournament as being like the best worldwide game, and it's just like it blows my mind that they completely just threw it away and just like it's nowhere to be seen now. Okay. But there's still a small community around the world. Less than 1,000 players, which is sad. It's really sad. I mean, there could be millions of people playing that.
Could be, but hey, after hearing this epic portion of your interview, you might have revived it, my friend.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm passionate about it.
Hey, I can hear it. You've been talking about it for 15 minutes, so I get it. Favorite Pokemon? Favorite Pokemon?
Oh man. Favorite Pokemon. I mean, it's got to be Charizard, bro. Okay. It's got to be Charizard. Yeah, I'm a big Charizard fan. When I'm playing Pokemon Go and I see a little fucking Charizard or whatever the other one, Charmander, I'm like, I'm fucking getting that guy. I gotta get him. I'm gonna upgrade my Charizard. You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
So we're gonna take Unreal Tournament out of this next question because I can hear it. Yep. That's a thing that you want to talk about, but we're gonna take that out of the equation for this next question.
Okay.
Since you've been gaming pretty much all your life, right? And you stream all the time and you play these games. What game gave you the best experience as far as story arc, dialogue, cutscenes, campaigns? Like, you were like, they should have charged more for this. Like, you were so blown away with it. What was that game?
I'm still a huge Zelda fan. Legend of Zelda, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, like those games on N64 will always be like such a staple in my gaming career. Like there's just no doubt about it. I absolutely love Zelda games. And it is because of the work that they put into it, right? Like it just kind of stands out above the rest. When you play a Legend of Zelda game, you're like, damn, this is going to be fun. Better get fucking comfortable because like, I'm going to be playing this for a long ass time. And it's true, man. Like it's so accessible too. Like anybody can play, like even the new Zeldas on Nintendo Switch. Like my kids fucking love those games. You know, it's super fun. And like, I've got friends that have literally just wasted away in their gaming rooms, like playing the new Zeldas. And just like, they told me like, yeah, man, I just had to beat it. You know, I'm like, how long did it take? 160 hours. Like,
you know, hey, if you don't put over Jesus. 70 hours, you're not real. Are you really gaming? If it isn't a bare minimum of 70 hours, are you really gaming?
So true. And that is one of the games that like I have this like thing where I'll start a single player game and I won't finish it. Right. Life shows up. I go back to other games. Like I'm just like, I'll get back to it later. Never do. Right. Like I've got so many that I've played on stream that I'm just like, I'll get there one day again. Zelda's not one of those games. Like it literally, it just like pulls me in and I'm just like, I have to get to the end of this game. So it's the one that I've probably finished like most of the ones that I've played, like on N64 especially. Like I played those through multiple times, and that's rare for me. So yeah, that's got to tell you something. They're amazing, man. I've spent awesome. Hundreds of hours in those games. So
okay, we're gonna switch gears a little bit. Are you ready?
Cool. Yes.
How do you balance the real world versus your online world?
How like, to balance?
What I mean by is, yeah, we know we turn it off and we go do our real life. But I mean, like, how do you balance it with real world affecting you and online world affecting you? How do you find the balance to separate the two is what I mean.
Yeah. You know, sometimes like my online stuff, it's got to take a back seat, right? I've had major changes in the last 10 years come up. Like life just shows up and it kicks you in the balls and it just continues to just kick the shit out of you while you're down. And yeah, it's been really fucking hard. But you know, I benefit from having like a really good community that's just like supportive. And I'm just like, hey guys, like I probably won't be streaming much for the next couple months. You know, I'm kind of going through some shit. They're like, you know, no problem, man. Like we'll see you on Discord. And they do, man. Like I have plenty of people in Discord that are always just like chatting it up, messaging me, seeing how I'm doing. And that's awesome. You know, so I do take breaks when I feel like life is getting a little too busy. Cause I have this, I get overwhelmed, you know, just like anybody, but I feel like I'm somebody who needs to have room to focus on something. Like I can do many things at once, but when you do that, you can't really put as much quality into each of those things. So it's like when my life starts to quiet down, then I'm like, oh, I can put some more time into streaming and really make it like an amazing thing. So yeah, I think to balance it, to answer your question, it's just kind of like figuring out, you know, where that line is. Like, you know, am I putting too much time into gaming? You know, if I am, like, you know, what should I be switching to? Right, I'm doing like 4 days a week now. Is that going to be in like 1 day a week? Is it going to be like 1 day a month? And I kind of acknowledge that, and I'm just like, I accept it, right? I'm just like, I'm just not going to be able to stream very much this month. There's just way too much shit going on, and I'll pick it up next month. You know what I mean? Next month will be a good month. I'll be ready for that, and that's good for me to like make that goal and just be like planning out, like, oh man, like it sucks I can't stream because I fucking love it. But you know, I know next month is probably be quieting down by then, and I'll get back into it. And, you know, my community is going to understand. That's the one thing is like, they'll always kind of welcome me back with open arms, and they're like, he's back. You know, it's like, I fucking love that, dude. I love hearing that. So appreciate you guys. I break
question. Do you game with your kids? I'm sure not online, but do you game with them at all, or at the age of gaming?
God, man. I mean, they were at the age of gaming at 4 years old. My son was like begging me to like make videos with him and stuff. And like 5, 6, 7 now, he's still like, we have to make YouTube videos, Dad. I'm like, I'm like, I don't know.
What's the game? What's the game he likes to play?
Right now, he's pretty big on Roblox. Okay. So he likes to go into Roblox. We'll play Brookhaven role playing together, and like you can be a cop in there, you could be a robber, you know, I mean, you could be like one of many jobs, right? There's so many things you can do in there. And so I like it for him because it lets his creativity sort of run wild. But at the same time, like he likes doing heists and like, you know, robbing banks and shit. And I'm like, buddy, I don't want any violence, you know, like let's just tone that down. So yeah, so we end up having parties, and like buying nice cars and like listening to cool music and flying around in hang gliders. And like, so we do more stuff like that now. But yeah, it's tough with kids and with today's culture. Like, it's so easy for them to fall into that trap of like, oh, guns are cool. And oh, it's cool to rob banks. And I'm just like, oh, like, and he's like watching YouTube and they're like actively playing like GTA, which is like one of the most violent games on the planet. I don't know if you know anything about the newest GTA. You know how violent it can be?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, God. It is not for
it's
a
good
7-year-old to fucking
It's great for, well, he's a little too old. I say start him off at 5 with gunplay.
Oh, come
on. No, I totally get it, man.
It's my worst nightmare, bro. Honestly. And that's the tough part.
Yeah, when you're trying to keep a nice, healthy environment for kids.
Yeah.
Today's climate, it isn't like how we grew up.
No.
Where you have to go out of the house to see it. Now it's in the home, so it's a different creature. I totally get that. Nothing wrong with that. Has your kids ever caught your stream? Oh
man, they watch me stream all the time. They always want to be a part of it, you know. And they've been on the stream several times, you know. With me in front, right? Because you can't just let kids
right.
Kids cannot stream on Twitch, but I will let them play games while I'm streaming, and like, you know, like usually they're not on camera, but you know, it's so funny, man, because my community reacts to it and they're just like, oh my god, they're adorable, and like, yeah, I'm like, they're shooting guns right now, but
right.
They're just having fun, you know, like, just don't worry about it. But no, they don't, nobody cares. Like, they're just like, oh, it's mini Toxic. Oh, look at that.
That's awesome. No, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Yes. All right. Famous clip of him killing me in game. Yes. March of Dawn.
He's going to get better. He's going to get better. You know that. He's going to be better than you. And you're just going to be like, I don't want to play today with your 18-year-old because you kicked my butt, son. You beat me. Here's the crown. Go on about your business. I totally get it.
Born gamer. Yeah. I'll never be able to stop that. I mean, that's the thing. I don't want to stop it. I want him to kind of follow in my footsteps and be an amazing gamer. Because like my dad was the same way. He's like, you know, go ahead and play, kid. You look like you're good. You're having fun. Hey, go ahead, have some fun. You know.
Nice. Growing up to this point right now, who have been a few people that have inspired you to be a better person? I know it's difficult every day for a lot of us to try to strive to be better every day, but I'm going to give you a few moments to tell me who are some inspirations that you have encountered throughout your entire life that you hold dear and you kind of retain the information to try to do better every day.
That's a great question, man. Personal people that like have been in my life, or
we're getting personal now, buddy.
Anybody. I have to attribute a lot of that to my dad. If you met my dad and you talked to him for 5 minutes, you'd be like, yep, Alex is your kid. That's me. I'm Alex. So he'd be like, yeah, you're definitely Alex's kid. Because I just try to, I don't know, I try to emulate a lot of his values. Like, he was a very principled man, had a lot of discipline, much more discipline than I have. But I try to have like a fraction of that discipline and you know, courage. And I mean, he was just all about being very stoic, and you know, he held a high regard for like just being a good person, right? Treating people the way that you want to be treated, and that's like the golden rule. He would just give me all these like one-liners like that. You know, always be prepared. That's the Boy Scout motto, and like stuff like that. You know, and I honestly, I am just regurgitating that to my children as often as possible because he had like great values. So yeah, he's been a huge influence. He unfortunately passed away about 7 years ago. And I've been like just lost without that guy. I mean, even today I was talking to my brother and I'm just like, you know, yeah, man, dad would know what to do. Right. And he's like, yeah, like he really would, like, and he was just somebody that never knew a stranger. Like, he would talk to people at the gas station, in the grocery store, you know, anywhere, the bookstore, like, and they'd just be telling them their whole life story, like in a matter of minutes. I'm just like, how does he do that? And, you know, he was just like that guy. He just kind of had that sparkle in his eye, and he was just very charismatic and just awesome. And I mean, I could talk my dad up for forever because, you know, and I feel him sometimes. I feel his presence, and I feel like he's looking down on me, and he's like happy. a lot of things I do, like I do thinking like, you know, I want to make my dad proud, you know, like I really want to do things in life and try to excel at what I do. And I know that if I had a conversation with my dad right now about my life, he'd be like, man, you are fucking killing it, dude. Like good for you, you know? And I love that, you know? So my dad is always been a huge influence. There's also been, you know, like probably like movie stars and stuff like that. And just like different celebrities that I've kind of looked up to over the years. Strangely enough, Bruce Willis is one of them. I don't know what it is, man. I really like that guy's style, bro. Like he is fucking awesome. And he was like, for a long time, like he was like my favorite movie star. And like, I just loved the characters that he portrayed. Like they always had like a lot of gusto and they were just like really good, you know, like good people, right? Like, they were like superheroes and stuff like that. I also really like Bruce Lee and like Jackie Chan and you know people that have like a martial arts background, like even like Jet Li, like I've always kind of looked up to. And I mean, I was pretty deep into martial arts at a few times in my life. I'm 37 now, and yeah, I'm out of shape, so need to get back into Muay Thai and kickboxing, but yeah, you know, they have a lot of good principles. There's lots of videos out there that I would watch like constantly. And really like, I tried to understand like the values that they were trying to portray, especially like Bruce Lee, like he's got so many amazing things to say. But yeah, there's a lot, man. I mean, I also followed Stoicism for a long time. And, you know, like listened to old philosophy, Aristotle, Plato, Marcus Aurelius, right? Cato, like there's so many that have like really good principles for how to live. So yeah, so I listen to a lot of that stuff too.
If I were to watch your life cinematically, okay, what movie would come as close as possible to where you're at now? What movie best describes your life?
That's a very inflective question. Let me see. I don't know why Rocky comes to mind first, but it's definitely the one.
We can roll with Rocky.
I feel like I've overcome a lot in my life. You know, I'm definitely not a boxer or anything like that.
No, but if that metaphorically speaks volumes, then that is justified.
It does.
So we'll go with Rocky.
It does, yeah. Rocky was just kind of a small town dude. You know, he worked at a butcher shop. He boxed a little bit. Like somebody saw something in him, and so they took a chance, right? Like Adrian was just like, "Hey, man, you're gonna be great, kid," and he worked him down to the bone, right? And then he's a fucking world-class boxer, you know, and he gets the girl at the end. And I draw a lot of similarities there.
You do.
Funny enough, like my life has been really hard. It's been easy at times, but I've also made it very hard for myself. A lot of the time, I'd say I'm the biggest knucklehead you've ever known in your life. But yeah, you know, I had somebody take a chance on me.
Yeah, of course.
And I had a mentor, kind of. See something in me that I didn't even know I had. Like I was just going to kind of stay in the same spot in life. And, you know, I was happy with that. I was like, I'm just going to do tech support. You know, I'm just going to do like computer setups and stuff like that. And I'll be fine. Right. I'll have a job for the rest of my life. That'll work out. But somebody above me said, this kid can do more. Like he's got a lot more potential, I think, than even he sees. And they were right. Like I took on a new profession. It's my career now. I've been doing it for 13 years and it is amazing. So I'm a developer now. I make apps and, you know, initially like I was just working with people to figure out problems. Now I do that. And then like, not only do I provide them a solution, but like I continue to support them for years. Right. And so my company that I work for now, like I'm the guy, you know what I mean? Like they come to me for all the biggest problems. And I solve them and I create apps and it's just like, it's so fulfilling because it's like, it blows their mind. Like at the end of our projects together, they're just like, damn, like he really solved this problem. Like we are in such a better spot now. And it just all started with this one lady who was doing what I'm doing now, kind of look at me, and I was just a tech support guy. And she's just like, I want that kid in my office. I want to show him how to do what I do. And told my boss that. And my boss is like, here you go. And like, next thing you know, I took her job and I worked at that company for another 5 years. Like, those people are telling me that they're still making, or they're still using my solutions that I made way back then, back in like 2012, 2013. And so I left that company and I went on to like another huge company. And now I'm at a really big company, and I'm, doing better than I ever have before. And I'm probably going to continue doing this for the next 30 years. I want to break off and do it on my own now. So that's something that I'm working on literally today. Is I'm trying to figure out how to pitch this to investors and sort of show them like I'm a world-class developer. I want to try and do this on my own around the world and open up my own offices. So it'll be, it's going to be a ride, man. But like, I have a lot of confidence that that's going to pan out.
Let me ask you this. What's the grossest color in the color spectrum?
Grossest color?
Yeah, what's the grossest color?
Let's see. Maybe like yellow.
All right, yellow's gross. All right, fair enough. What's the worst thing about you?
The worst thing about me?
Yeah, what's the worst thing about you?
The worst thing about me? I think I was just talking to my girlfriend about this. I would say that it's my laziness. All my exes would tell you it's my ego. Little joke. But yeah, it's, I think in my opinion, I'm just a little lazy. Like, I like my sleep, you know what I mean? And like, as much as I want to be that guy who wakes up at 5 a.m. and, busts out 100 push-ups and sit-ups, I just can't. It's just like, I cannot fucking do it, bro. Cannot do it. Gotta get a full 8 hours. Today I slept in fucking like 9 hours. I had crazy dreams all night, and then I still took a nap like 3 hours later after playing some video games. So I'm a little lazy, but I did do some work today. I was telling you a minute ago. Like, I did get some work done.
I'll take it. A win's a win.
That's exactly. I justify it. You know what I mean? But
so let me ask you this: when you're at your lowest point in life, right? You're at your lowest point. We all have been there, and I've known you offline as well. So
yes,
I know. For you, at your lowest point, what comic book character best represents that low point?
Oh, at my lowest point, bro. Like, I have had some real low points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Spawn, bro. 100%. Fucking crazy, because Spawn is actually my favorite comic book character. I know the story. I know the backstories of many comic book characters, but that one matches up most with me, man.
Matches up.
Because I got backstabbed, bro. Like, real fucking dirty, and I felt like I went to hell and fucking joined, Malbosia's army. Like, I literally, I feel like I went to hell and back, and the guy that came back is a lot stronger than the guy that initially went there. I like literally rose from the fucking ashes, and it was a comeback story for sure.
I'm gonna let you have the floor for a few minutes, and I'm gonna let you just go all in. I'm gonna give you this moment, and I really mean, because I already heard you earlier. See, there's a few things I want to recap real quick, but this one, I'm not even going to interrupt you. Okay, I'm not going to stop you, and I want you to go in. And when I think I've had enough of it, I'll put my hand up. Fair?
Absolutely. I'll watch for that.
Why is Batman such garbage?
Oh, bro. Okay. So let me tell you a little story about Batman. Okay. Batman was a little kid and his parents died, right? Very sad. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, right? In front of him. Terrible, right? So he becomes like this massive multimillionaire, has like girls hanging on his arms, like just like the absolute Sigma, right? But instead of stopping there, he also sees all of these cool superheroes around the world. He's like, I wish I could do that. And he has no powers, right? He's literally just a millionaire. And he's just like, he can't stop at that. He's like a multi-billionaire maybe or whatever. Who cares, right? Fucking Batman, fucking stupid playboy. So he puts on some tights. He finds a cave under his like $10 million mansion. And he's like, I'm going to be Batman, you know? And like, oh my God, like puts on a fucking cape. And he buys all these fucking gadgets with all this stupid money. Oh my God. And then he's like, he's trying to go toe to toe with Superman. Like, bro, do you even fucking know about Superman, dude? Like, Superman is a boss, bro. Like, Batman's like fucking this little fucking tall to compare to Superman's like, just, oh, he's like enormous, dude. Fuck Batman, yo. Fuck Batman. I will never, ever, ever support Batman or his fucking bullshit because he ain't got no powers, dude. He got no powers, and he's out there with the Avengers and whoever else, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, he's just thinking, oh, you know, I'm gonna join the Justice League. Let me go find fucking, you know, that guy in the water and like, oh, get everybody together. Wonder Woman. Oh yeah. Like, you're such a bitch, bro. Like, he's such a little bitch, dude. Like, I mean, come on, just go back to being a playboy, dude. Go ride your G7 over to fucking Dubai and like bang some chicks over there because that's all you're fucking good for, bro. That's all you're good for. You got no business running with Superman or nobody, bro. He's like such a little bitch. And then he tries to stand up to Superman. You know what he does? You know what he does? He gets fucking kryptonite and he fucking gets all this armor. He's like, come at me now, bro. Yeah, I'm fucking. Oh, you're such a little bitch, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Superman would squash that dude.
All right.
Okay.
All right, because you're going in. It's harsh, man. That's harsh. I love it.
He's a bitch, bro. Okay.
We're gonna go back in time and meet yourself. Hey, we're gonna go back in time. You're gonna meet yourself before you started streaming. With the knowledge that you have now, what are some of the things that you would tell yourself to make it even better for that experience?
Yeah, you know, don't sweat the small stuff, I think is a pretty good one, right? Like there were times where I was kind of discouraged and I was just like, man, like this is just never going to go anywhere. And I finally kind of realized like it doesn't have to, you know what I mean? I can go at my own pace and I'm just here to have fun. Like, it's really not about like becoming some huge streamer. Like I kind of had to check myself on what my objectives were. And I realized like, you know, I get a lot out of this, whether I'm making money one month or not, like I'm still getting a great fucking time out of this. Like, and it brings a lot of joy to my life, like getting on there and streaming. So I would tell myself like, yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't be trying to get bigger, you know, than you need to be, right? Just have fun. And I think that would be perfect for me. Cause like there was a time where I was taking it a little seriously and I'm just like, man, like I got to get on this stream tonight. I got to get my schedule going. And it's like, life is kicking my ass. So I'm just like pushing life aside. And that was bad, you know, that did not pan out well for me, bro. Like I had to definitely show up for life more than I needed to show up for the Twitch streams. And eventually like, yeah, like it boiled over in life, you know, and I had to kind of like take a step back from streaming. Like it just finally came to that point. So, you know, I would say, yeah, just like not getting too passionate about it. Like it is a passion of mine, but you know, a real man knows to put his family before his passions, right? And to not get like too into something where it's like you're going to be spending less time with your kids. Like now, I've completely removed like so much from my life and like made so much more room for my kids and for my family that like I really try to find ways every day to be more of service to them and not worry about like the stream and you know, I still want to like I'm always here like for my community. I'm actively talking to guys that have issues, like real fucking hard issues in their lives, and they're looking to me for, you know, ways to get through it because they know my struggle, right? They know that I've been through a lot, and I'm like, I'm happy to be there for another guy and like kind of help him walk through these things and horrible fucking feelings and emotions. It's like every week I'm talking to somebody new or talking to somebody that I've known for a really long time about something new that they're going through. That they're like, how did you deal with this? So, I want to be more of service to other people, especially in my personal life, but also like, my streaming life, my community. And I think that's like a big value for me too, is like, I would be telling myself like, figure out how you can be more of service to others rather than trying to serve your own passion. And that's going to come back to you tenfold, right? That's something I didn't know back then, like at all. Was that like really what I would find in doing this was an outlet to help other people. And I have, right? We've done charity streams. I've, talked through very major issues with people like live on chat. Like I've even been like, hey man, we got to take this offline. Like I really want to talk to you. And, get at me after the stream. And they would. I mean, I've talked on the phone with people. I've supported people like from the start, like whenever people come in and they're like, they don't try to self-promote, but like I'll find out they have a channel or they're doing something and they're kind of passionate about it. So I'll talk them up, you know what I mean? Every time they come and chat, I'll be like, hey guys, go check them out. They're blowing up on YouTube. Go check out their newest videos, stuff like that. And that really, it just gives me a lot of self-satisfaction, like helping other people. So I feel like that would be a really good piece of advice to tell myself back then. It's just like find more ways to help other people rather than, making it all about you. So
fair enough.
Some good advice. Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you this, because this one's like the best question so far. Okay. This one's just going to be the best question. What was the name of your rap group and what was your name?
It was Second Generation and I was DJ Gimmicks.
All right.
So yeah, that's it. Okay. We have videos. There are videos online if you want to check them out.
No, I'm going to.
I'll send you the one. I sent you the DJ Gimmicks channel. Like if you look at the oldest video, that's me and the guys.
All right there. I'm on it. I'm on it. Okay. Let me ask you this, because this one's good too. In your humble opinion, with a straight face, why is Ryan Reynolds so sexy?
God. Fucking guy is just like a perfect human being, right? Like, and he's smart. He's fucking funny. Like, I would bang Ryan Reynolds. I'm telling you right now. Like, if he made a pass at me, I'm sorry, honey. I got to do it, at least for the story. I tell my grandkids, like, what?
Thank you. People think I'm crazy when I'm like, well, if Ryan Reynolds got at your boy, it's about to be an experience. Like,
what can I do?
It's Deadpool.
What can I do?
I was Deadpool. With Deadpool. I was with Deadpool.
Yes.
I don't care if no one believes me. Why would I make that
so
shit
soft and gentle? I just couldn't help myself.
First off, I don't think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be rough and you're going to feel shame, but it's Ryan Reynolds.
Okay. Oh, I'll still feel shame, but you know what? At the same time, there's just going to be, there's no one else. You know what I mean? Like, right. There's really no one else. Like, there's like one other guy. There's, there's a couple out there. I don't even know their names. That the girls swoon over. The Notebook guy, right?
It's not right. That's not what I was talking about. I said only talk about Ryan Reynolds.
It's still not Ryan Reynolds. Okay. Yes, exactly.
Focus. Okay, focus.
No shame. He wore the mask. Yes.
My God.
What could I do?
All right, fine. You want to take a left turn? Fine. You want to take a left turn? Here is the left turn question. So normally at the end of these videos, I usually have people leave messages for the people that they love and care about. But we're going to do something slightly different for you. Okay. I do know you offline personally, and I do know that you truly love your kids. I know you, like I said, I know you very personal, right? And I know the kids. And instead of leaving a message of how much you love them, I already see it in your actions. I know you're there for them. You show up. What I want you to do is leave a message for them when they watch this, words of wisdom, something they can always go back and fall on. So they could reflect or say, what would my dad do? Oh yeah, he's in this video. He said this to us. I need to pull up on this video. I'm going to give you that moment to leave that and you take it away. Look at your camera when you do this.
Yeah, kids, fucking A, man. Got to trust in God. God has a plan. as hard as the struggles get, as long as you have faith that God is going to pull you through, that's all you need, man. And he will get you there. As hard as it gets, as crazy as it gets, as ununderstandable as it gets, just completely impossible to comprehend. When you look back, you're going to see that God was there the entire time, pushing you, challenging you, putting you through like the worst tests. But in the end, like you become such a stronger person, and just like you look back and you're just like, wow, what an amazing story. So yeah, that's like the biggest thing, I think, is trusting in God. Even in your darkest hours, I've been there. I will tell you, I have been there, and I have wanted to give up. And, it was those tests of faith that make me the person that I am today, and have shown me that there's like so much more to life that I don't even understand, like just below the surface, most people will never experience in their life. And it is just the result of pushing through, no matter how hard it got, just understanding that God is going to help you out, that. And the golden rule: treat other people the way that you want to be treated. A lot of the time, right, people are going to bully you, people are going to break you down. People are horrible, right? Like people can really be bad and terrible to you. But you just have to have the knowledge in yourself that what they do to you, they really just do to themselves, right? When they are breaking you down and calling you names, I mean, they've got something going on in their life, some really probably terrible shit. And if you can break through that, I mean, you can be friends with just about anybody. I've been friends with people that when I first met them, like they fucking hated me. They really thought the worst of me. And I'm just like, man, like, what's their problem? Like, I'm not that way, right? Like, you have to know it in your heart that you are who you are, and you can't let anybody shake you on that, right? You don't have to have an opinion on their opinion, right? You can just be like, nope, that's not me. Like, you can bully me all you want, but I know that I'm not that way. And bullies really have a way of kind of like cutting into you really deep. I've had a lot of bullies in my life. I've gotten in a lot of fights in my life. And in the end, all of that was unnecessary. Like, there was nothing good that ever came of any of that. Like me showing off or anything like that. Like, it always led to more heartache and more struggle. So yeah, like, treat people the way that you want to be treated. You want to try and filter through that bullshit when somebody is trying to, break you down. Understand that they've got their own problems that they're dealing with, right? Probably much worse than what they're saying to you. And yeah, just have discipline. The one thing that I can say is getting up and doing the things that you don't want to do, but doing them because you need to do them. Like, that's the way to live. That's the right way to live, is having discipline and like getting the things done. I do all kinds of shit that I don't want to do. Like, I would love to just sit and play video games like literally all day long. And sometimes I give myself that space, right? Like I try to take care of myself, right? I try to have a good work-life balance. But at the same time, I don't let it consume all of my time. I still work out. I still eat well. I still, go to work and plug away all day on a computer, so I can put food on the table and I can support my family and put a roof over their heads. Not all the time I want to do that. Like, sometimes I just want to chill and I can't, right? But that's what it is, like, being an adult, being a man is all about, is like showing up, doing the things you have to do because it's going to better your life. Maybe not in the short term. Maybe in the initial short term, you're just like, fuck, this sucks. But in the long term, when you do the hard thing, that's when you see the benefit, is like, it's going to pay off leagues in the long run. So yeah, those would be my best pieces of advice there.
Nice. My final question to you is, why should anyone watch you stream? What is it about you? What's the why? And why? And Sell it to me. Shameless plug time.
Absolutely, man. No, that's easy. I love what I do. You can see it on stream. I'm way different. I bring quality content that no other Twitch streamers besides Key here can even possibly hope to bring to the table. And I will continue to push the envelope and drive against the current. A lot of people just want to sit there and play games and not really do anything else, don't really give a shit about their community, don't care about their chat. You guys are number one to me. When I'm streaming, like, I am doing it for you guys to see you there. Like, I can go play with my friends, play games and just waste away till 3 a.m. I got no problem doing that. But what I'm missing is the community. I'm missing you guys. And that's why I turn the Twitch stream on, so that I can go and interact with you guys. You guys come to me with great ideas and just the most amazing jokes and funny experiences. And we talk through all this stuff. You guys have the most amazing stories. And that's what I love about it. So when you're, trying to figure out who to watch and you see me come on live, I want you to understand that every time I go live, it is going to be a special experience. It is going to be a once in a lifetime kind of a thing. I am one of a kind. And it's just going to continue to get better. I am just always going to keep driving and pushing the envelope and trying to make more experiences. I have so many ideas, so many things that I have not completely implemented yet. So you guys got to stick around and push me too. I love the encouragement. I love the support. And you're just not going to get that anywhere else. So there you go.
Fair enough. I like that. Well, I want to say thank you for doing this with me. I really do appreciate that. Did you have yourself a good time?
I had an awesome time, man. It's so nice with you. I always love having chats with you, and this was great.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate that comment. Now, for all those that are wondering where you can find this lovely man, all links will be located at the bottom of this video in the description below. And thank you for those watching live. And Toxic, again, my man, I do appreciate you. Thank you, and goodbye, everybody.
Thank you. See you guys.